In this RoutCAD application video, we will see how to perform a draining cycle with the RoutCAD CAD-CAM software. We have designed a chuck holder, a workpiece, and also a drill bit with keep out line, meaning that all these objects were designed with the keep out of routing check because they will not be part of the machining sequence. They are only there for illustrative purposes. Now, we do not need to do all that when we're going to do a draining cycle, but for the purpose of this video, we did it so we can better see, appreciate what is happening. We also put some dimensioning there. All of that, the dimensioning actually are made with construction line with the keep out of routing unchecked, which means they could even be routed, but obviously we're not going to route this. It's only for indication. And we also made a point at the surface of contact with keep out unchecked, and this point we will route this point, so we need to do it like that. Now, to perform a draining cycle with the RoutCAD CAD-CAM software is quite simple. We need to specify certain parameters, and we need to select the point of contact, which means the point the drilling bit is touching the face of the material, and then the RoutCAD CAD-CAM software will perform all the routing required to do the draining cycle. Now, let's see how it's done. We are ready to perform a draining cycle. We would like this drill bit to go in this material at a certain depth. So, to perform a draining cycle, all we need to do is to go to the wizard, and we're going to select contour of revolution, and we click on draining cycle. Now we're going to exit, and we're going to zoom that area to better see what is actually happening in a draining cycle. Now we zoom that area, and we can see all the dimensions there that we have put, and we will explain all of them what they mean. And last, we will perform the draining cycle and then export the G-code. Let's go back to the wizard. We click on contour of revolution and operations, and we are already at the draining cycle. Now, let's see what all this parameter means. The very first parameter is the depth of drill, parameter A. Simply A is how deep do we want to go inside the material to perform that drilling cycle. In this case, we go 2.54 centimeter deep, which is 1 inch. The second material is the distance above the point of contact. The point of contact is always the surface of the workpiece. In this case, we put a point right there at the surface of the workpiece, and the distance above the contact point is how far away our drill bit is located above the contact point. In this case, it is located 1 centimeter above. So when we start that operation, it means that our draining bit is 1 centimeter. The 0 of our CNC is 1 centimeter above the contact point. The next parameter is the depth of first spec. The depth of first spec is simply the first time we're going in the material, how deep do we want to go? And this parameter C, in this case, we want to go 0.938 centimeter deep. That means the first time the drill bit is going to go in 0.938 centimeter deep. Now, we're going to jump to the parameter A, the next parameter, the parameter, let's see, the parameter H, to explain what it is. It is the retract distance. What that means? It means that How far away do we want to retract after we do one peck? This allows the chip to break as the the material is spinning. So in this case, we want to retract 0.2 centimeter below the contact point. If we put a negative value over here, it will actually retract above the contact point. But in this case, we put 0.2 centimeter. So what's going to happen? The drill will go the first peck distance and then retract to 0.2 centimeter above the contact point, allowing the chip to break, and then it will go back inside for the second peck. The next parameter we want to explain also is the rapid in clearance, the G parameter. The G parameter is simply each time the drill is going inside the material, how far from the current surface point, from the current point of contact, how far do we stop from the material surface before going to slow speed. In this case, we stop always 0.2 centimeter. So for the very first time it will drill, the drill will start at the contact point 1 centimeter above the contact point B, so 1 centimeter above the contact point over here. It will go fast to 0.2 centimeter above the contact point, then it will slow down, and then it will do the very first peck. Now the next parameter that we want is the second peck distance. The second peck distance is we go in, we machine the first peck, we go back out, and then we go back inside again. Now how deep do we go the second time? The second time in this case, we go deep 0.625 centimeter deep in the material. And then the third time we go in the distance E, 0.313 centimeter E. So the first time we go 0.93, and we go out. Second time we go 0.62, we go out. Third time we go 0.313, and then we go out. Another parameter that is also important for performing a draining cycle is the dwell time between peck. The dwell time between peck is a parameter that is an amount of time that we can put such that when the drill is at the position G, the rapid in clearance, just before it starts to go slow, we can specify a time to wait. So basically the process is as is. The drill will start at 1 centimeter, the B distance above the contact point. It will go at the fast speed, and when it will reach the when it will reach the G rapid in clearance, 0.2 centimeter above the contact point. So it will go in this particular example, 0.8 centimeter deep. At 0.2 above the material, it will wait for the amount of time we define in the peck. Let's say we are defined in here 5 seconds or 2 seconds. It will wait 2 seconds. Then it will switch to cutting speed. It will go to the contact point at cutting speed, or it will go basically to the distance G above the contact point at cutting speed, and then it will go in the material depending on which peck it is doing. Now we also have an end peck. If the material is very deep, the tool will actually go in the material at the end peck, and we could have many peck following the last third peck. All the peck will go at constant distance inside the material. Now, one more thing of interest is we can also select automatic. When we select automatic, all the parameters are automatically calculated based on what we have defined as a round tool diameter, which is a representation of the diameter of the drill. And this is done in the config panel. So, with all that explanation, let's see how it's practically done. We have defined a depth of drill of 2.54, which is 1 inch. We want to go in the material 1 inch deep. We have defined a distance above the contact point of 1 centimeter. So basically, drill will start 1 centimeter away, go to the contact point, and keep on going in. We have defined first spec 0.9, second point 0.6, 0.3, and then end spec 0.3. In this case, we didn't define a dwell time, so there was no dwell time. We defined a rapid in clearance of 0.25 centimeters. So always the drill will go quickly inside and basically switch from fast speed to machining speed when it reaches 0.25 centimeter above the material. And we also have defined a retract distance of 0.2. So after each machining sequence, it will go back up to 0.2 centimeter above the below the contact point. So we're ready to make this drilling cycle operation. We have defined all our parameters, and obviously, for a simple drilling, we don't need to define all these parameters. We could have just defined, if we want to just go in just in one shot, we could define just a first spec that is equal to the depth of drill and then keep everything at 0. It will work. But we can make it very sophisticated if we wish. So now let's see how we do that. We just click on Make a Drilling Cycle. Then in this case, we would like to obviously select the contact point. Now the contact point is this point over here. So what we need to do, we need to snap to point. And we're going to basically go and we're going to go and click on that contact point. And it is done. Basically, the sequencing has been done. We're going to remove show out. And now what RoutCAD did, if we click on this, this is the very first point to be routed, and all the other points have been routed. So basically, all the point and all the, if we do view display route arrow, we will see it will basically go in, machine, go out, go in, machine, go out, go in, machine, go out, until the drill went to the full depth of cut. One more thing is, in this case, we didn't put the round tool diameter, the proper diameter of the drill. So this is why when we do show route, it doesn't equate the actual diameter of the drill. But if we had defined the proper round tool diameter, the same diameter of the drill, we will have had this when we do show route. The last thing to do after that is we go to the machine and we're gonna export the G code for CNC lathe.